Oh, you start recording?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dan.
Dude, that fucking room is. I'm wearing a fucking mask, though. You sure you don't want one?
I don't even notice it anymore. Holy shit.
Dude, you can't see shit in there. It
It's
looks like a fucking.
bad.
It's like someone threw a smoke grenade in there, man.
Okay, maybe I should wear a mask.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Hey, man, you should probably put a mask on. Honestly, it's pretty fucking even now.
Yeah, I could paint it just like this.
Yeah, man. You don't even have to take the rest of the paint off. Throw a coat of primer on it, be done.
Dude, look at my shirt. I don't care what you say. I think we could renovate homes.
You want to start a home renovation company?
I mean, we could do it, man. I think we could.
Yeah, probably. Let's get Danny and Jake in on it. Tell them motherfuckers to move down here. Quit that college bullshit, y'all.
Quit your job, come down here. We'll start a renovation business.
We'll make $4,000 a year because we'll be spending most of it on liquor.
Yeah. Are you taking this off?
If I can save it, I'd rather save it and just patch around that.
That determines whether or not I fucking go over it or not.
Let me see if I can get this off.
Oh, I still gotta do all this shit.
All right, yeah. Let me see if I can save this corner, and then that'll determine I'll pay for certain.
Okay.
I can breathe, but my fucking eyes hurt.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding. I don't even have contacts. Where's that ladder? Oh my god. I can't even see. Dude, the whole house.
Yeah. If you
The whole house, bro.
If you happen to see a circular fan, let me know. We'll set it up.
Dude, there's gonna be so much like dust all over everything in the house.
Oh yeah. I hope Josh doesn't have asthma.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
I'm gonna grab this ladder. You said you think he has a circular fan?
I don't know if he does. I just said if you happen to see one, let me know.
Hey, this is a nice fucking air nailer.
A what?
So this is a nice fucking air nailer.
Air handler.
Air nailer. What is that? Is this a fan or a heater?
That is a dehumidifier.
Is that a fan?
Oh, that is a fan. Yeah. Actually, that was my fan. Fucking light that bitch up out here.
The camera is covered in dust.
Yeah, I'll have to fucking keep cleaning it.
You want to keep this?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Jake.
Freaked me out. About damn near threw a hammer at you, Bubba.
I was like, did we just lose power? The light's still on.
I think you got a mess in the backyard.
Hey.
I'll clean it up.
Don't like the knockdown?
No, I'm not a big fan of knockdown. Not to mention Pop, you know how Pop was. He didn't store things, he hung them.
How do you even do the knockdown like this?
It's drywall mud.
Oh, is it?
And it's like a heavy duty paint gun. And you splatter it all over the walls, then you take this great big, it looks like a fucking putty knife that's 2 feet wide, and you just pull it down. The idea is the ripples and everything hide the joints and the impurities in the drywall. Alright, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Alright, man.
Enjoy. Okay, well this wall's done. We just gotta remove the light fixture.
Okay.
It's giving us the light right now.
I was hesitant to turn it back on, but because the bulb went out, dude, it fucking sparked and everything. And smoke was pouring out of the fucking thing. I gotta get out there too.
Yeah, me too.
I was waiting. We were both waiting on each other to move the fucking ladder.
It's like it ain't about favors or nothing. It's just about helping out a friend.
I appreciate it, man. You know it. Anything you need, I'll be there for you.
I know you will.
You fucking better know, asshole.
I could use a bro job.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I feel like I could taste dust. I'm gonna step outside for a second.
Yeah, you're good. I need a board that's the same length as this to the top of this plate.
It's not gonna be even. I mean, it'll be level down there, but it's not gonna be flush with the rest of these.
That's why I bought a planer. $60 for a tool I'll use fucking once, just like the framing nailer for $200. So yeah, Chris, we better start a construction company pretty soon, otherwise I'm gonna go bankrupt. We need to start making money off this shit.
Oh yeah, that's good. Good thing it's only tape. Yeah, fucking show that drywall was boss. Damn, I'm good. It could have been a little bit longer, but
Whatever.
I could have got a fucking straighter board. It almost happened again.
You're gonna nail it in now?
Yeah.
How are you gonna plane it?
That's a good point, though. I didn't think about that.
Don't point that shit at me.
Here, how about this? I'll toenail it in. I got the. I beat that one in, but. There's a 6-foot level outside. Can you grab that?
Outside? Outside where? You know how much shit there is outside right now? Is it working?
Yeah, that's actually kind of impressive. And all you do with this is, yeah, make sure that they're all even. You should have got a 1x6. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
Think we ought to just mark it with a marker and plane it down outside?
We don't have an extension cord. This is fucking hamster. Fuck it, we'll just fill up a room with this and Josh can sleep in that. You're getting fucking wood chip hamster, whatever the fuck.
I tell you what though, them Harbor Freight tools don't lie, man. That fucking planer does the trick. You know she don't love you if she complains.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with them white vans.
Here, I'll do, since it's the beginning of the recording. Fuck you, Dan.
You got a pen or something in your pocket?
No, I saw a red pen laying in the ground out in the dirt.
Did I ever tell you a story about my mom's debit card under the couch?
No.
My mom called my dad one day. Hey, have you seen my debit card anywhere? I can't find it. It's not in my wallet. Yeah, if you go on the left side of the couch, underneath that the lamp on the table, stick your head underneath the table, look to your right underneath the couch. It's about 3 or 4 inches underneath the couch. She was like, what the fuck, didn't you pick it up? Sure enough, she's looking under it, fucking right there. She never picked it up. Damn. That's getting in the video.
Ain't deep enough, is it?
I don't think so.
Short screws, maybe?
I might have got too long a screw. I might have to just cut the screws off shorter. I got the grinder in the other room. It's not a fire hazard.
Definitely not with all the sawdust right below you. This is fucking not a good idea.
Let me try with these cutoff bolts and see if it's any better.
Just making sure we didn't start a fire.
Who the fuck hired these guys? Somebody 1,000 years from now is going to dig up this as an archaeological site going, this guy was fucking smoking something. It's a percussion screw. Yeah, that's solid. We don't need no fucking screw. Once we get that plane down and set in, we'll just set a fucking, we'll turn the vacuum on, suck it all up. The rest of everything, I don't know if we're going to end up doing today. I'll set the dry pack in the shower pan, but other than that, the painting and everything, that might wait. It's a double nail.
Yeah, you did that.
I didn't do it on purpose.
You said, that one's not good enough. Let me put it in the one.
I told you, man, that thing, check the fucking nailer. It looks like there's an automatic feature on it. There's an auto sear in that motherfucker, man.
Oh, dude, it literally does.
That's fucking weird, isn't it? Like, what does that even mean?
You want to nail the bottom in there?
Yeah, might as well.
Let me go plug this nail conversion in. What did I just say?
Nail converter. That's what you said. Air compressor is the proper term. Nail converter, I think they use in China. I think it's Hebrew for cheese dick. Man, all we did was grind up most of a 2x4. That's about good right there.
I mean, yeah, but like this. So this board is sticking out more than that board is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all going to be a piece of sheetrock. So it'll even out, but I just want it close-ish.
Well, you got enough pressure if you want to pump a couple nails into that thing. You want to try automatic mode?
Oh, yeah. Can you bring me the piece of the one that we cut off? We're trying the automatic nail gun. Come on. I ran out of fucking nails. You got another thing of nails?
Now you plug the AC back in?
Not yet. Ah, okay, so that's what it does. The automatic mode releases air when you hold the trigger. So you can, if it's your last nail, you can bleed it. So like on the regular one, it won't. But if you flip it to automatic. All right, so the next step, shower floor. I've got the tripod set up with a light on it because I know the lighting's not the best here. And I'm just wearing the GoPro for now because there's not a whole lot of space to fit a camera. And I was going to try and put the camera on that tripod where it's at right now, but that's just not going to work. Here is how this is going to go down as soon as I get this tape loose. All right, so there's your adjustable flange. You've got a removable bit in here that the shower pan liner will go on top of. You've got the bottom end of your flange, and this is where we're going to be grading to essentially. Now the idea for shower floor is it's supposed to be a 1/4 inch of drop per about 1 foot of length. So your slope is a 1/4 inch per foot. I'm not going to measure everything out like that. Instead, I'm just going to take a level and do about a 1/4 bubble on the level. So I don't know if you can see it in there. There's a little bubble. I'm going to try to do about a 1/4, maybe half bubble, depending on how much room I've got, and then just go up from there. And this is pretty significantly below this 2x4, so we shouldn't have a problem. What we want to start doing real quick is mixing our dry pack. Take this up, knife. Dry pack is like a, it's basically sand. It's just a mortar, but it's just sand. We're gonna put a little bit of water in it to try and reach the consistency of just about wet sand, and that'll give us a nice smooth way to basically float this out. I don't know exactly how much we're gonna need, but I'm just gonna pour some in the bucket and hope it's enough. Dusty. And I can always make more, it's no problem. That's probably about most of the bag. Wow, it got dusty. And again, all it is just sand. And so, I don't have a mixing paddle, I'm just gonna use that hammer. Take a little bit of water and literally just tiny little bits until we get the consistency we want. I think that's pretty evenly mixed. Before we put that directly down, we actually need to use a bonding adhesive. Wipe our hands off and pour our dry pack in. Yeah, we'll probably have to use that entire bag. Just kind of spread it out everywhere. So out to the edge, that's about a 1/4 bubble. Move that a little farther. Still maintaining a little bit of a slope. So it's kind of most of the way good on this side, but I need more for this end, and I'm out. So I've got to run, and I think it should be fine while I'm gone. The hole in the wall over there doesn't have a laundry box in it, so I went and bought a laundry box. We got to prep it a little bit, and then we'll install it. It's pretty simple. In your laundry box kit, you've obviously got a box, a whole bunch of shit. You can see there's a bunch of holes in the bottom. Everything's supposed to mount in the box, and the box mounts to the drywall. Now we've got to prep our valves. Now I'm not sure which side's hot and which side's cold. If I have to, I'll just take a screwdriver and swap the handles out later. But we do have a problem with this specific setup. These are actually, you can either put 1/2 inch copper into the sockets in here and sweat it directly in, or you have 1/2 inch threads here. Problem is, the water lines in here are 3/4. We've got to convert them over. We do that with 3/4 inch PEX brass female adapters and these little brass bushings that'll fit right in here. Now they're a little bit of a pain in the ass because it's brass. It's not like PVC. This shit doesn't form together. So to do that, I'm going to do the same thing I always do. Thread tape and pipe dope. Start with the might be hot one first. Teflon tape, you want to do 2 to 3 wraps. There's 1, 2, there's about 2.5 or 3. Take your pipe dope. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I am busy right now. Don't drop it on the table. That's a nice thin layer with some thread tape underneath it. Take one of your bushings. Go ahead and start threading that in. Now when you work with brass, you want to be really careful. All this is turned down, so it's very, very sharp. It will cut the shit out of you. So to combat that, what we're going to do is thread tape it and pipe dope it again. Go ahead and put our female PEX adapter on. And then now, instead of having to try and tighten everything when the threads are exposed, you can take your channel locks and pipe wrench and just tighten it all at once. Now, I don't have my smaller pipe wrench with me. I normally just use the 14-inch ones. So, unfortunately, the way I'm going to do this, I have to use the channel lock as my support. Now, the easiest way to do this is to actually have, normally this would be a pipe wrench going like this, and as you're tightening it this way, you're pushing that other pipe wrench into whatever surface you're going on. I don't have a pipe wrench that's small enough to do that, so instead, we're just going to fucking wing it. And as you're tightening, you're not only tightening the 3/4 onto the reducer, you're tightening the reducer onto the nipple. Now it's getting to the point I got to set it on the table, just like that. Now you might be able to see most of the threads on the nipple are already into the reducer, but the female adapter is not on the reducer much. Just keep tightening. Eventually, these threads will either stop or start cutting new threads, but this is going to go into the threads a lot easier than it's going to cut new threads. Don't worry too much about it. And if it cuts the new threads on the fucking nipple, it's whatever. It's not really going to affect too much. Cunt. See all that? It's brass shavings. So then once that's all set, the only thing you need to do is push this through, slide it in, twist it. There's little slots in there, lock it in, and now that one's prepped. The whole thing can go in, clamp it, done. And now we've got to do the same thing with the cold side. Cold. Oh, you're scratching up your desk. Right there, you see that? All that Teflon cover in the hole? You want to avoid that. You would be amazed how much that little tiny bit of Teflon, how much water pressure that bit will hold. Normally I would take an adjustable wrench and use that, but guess what the fuck I ain't got. Just do this by hand for a couple turns until it starts getting a little bit too difficult. Throw it in the box. It'll pretty much lock itself in. Third thing you've got here, that third hole, is actually for your drain pipe. These little struts here go into these little slots on the side. They've all got little edges and shit around them. Here's what you do though. You take your knife and then you fix what the factory couldn't, because they apparently have some lazy fucks working there. And you just trim off all the excess. Take this front cover off. If you can get it off. Shit locked up tighter than Fort Knox. Take that off. Go ahead and put your thing right in the slot. And ideally, this will go into the wall, screw into the wall, and then you put the cover on top of it, make it look nice and neat. I'm waiting for a representative from Odie to fucking email me and be like, take your fucking video down. Well, I'll tell you what, Bubba. You fix your shit and maybe I will. Just kidding. Y'all make shitty PVC glue, by the way. That's the gist of prepping this thing. The next step I've got to do is tear out a little bit more drywall before I can get everything set. I've got to cut the PVC. I'll try and record some of that. The drywall I'm just going to fucking do. But this is prepped and ready to go, and the only thing that's going to happen is 1 1/4 is going to come up through there for the drain. And otherwise, this is set. So here we are at the wall. Now this is a tight space. This is a corner right here. And this is where the laundry box is going to go. We're going to, just right there is fine, I guess. We're going to set it right about here. And the idea is that those little strips that were in here earlier, I took them off, are going to come out and screw directly into the studs with pretty much just drywall screws. But you can see our problem is we need the box to sit here, and the drain pipe's way too high. We're going to try and set it right about here to where we can still crimp the rings on here for the PEX. But other than that, this is going to come down quite a bit. Just ballpark it and go, we want it to be right about there. So we're going to cut off that much. That way we'll have a little bit sticking out through the top. Take your cutters, might even go up a little bit higher. Now this blade's a little dull, so what I will do to solve that problem, take a little bit of PVC primer, slosh it around the blade. The PVC primer will chemically soften the PVC. And so that way you can get your blade, your theoretically right through it. But this blade, I think, is about done. Now, this is a drain for a laundry machine, which is an indirect drain, which means the drain pipe, the drain hose for the washing machine, is literally just going to get shoved down in there. You do not need to ream it, but it is force of habit. I work with PVC all the time, so it's just good to keep habit up. If you got enough room, boom. So it's going to sit right about like that. That gives us a good spot, a good starting point where we can cut our water lines evenly and stick them on, and then stick the whole thing on the drain line. So next step, cut the water off. I just cut the water off and I drained the pressure off through the kitchen sink. So we're going to cut these caps off and stick them on, clamp it, and then I'll see if I've got any screws to mount the brackets directly into the studs. Now there is a way to get shark bite caps off, but I really don't recommend it. Shark bites, you just press them on, they're just press-on fittings. You don't ever want to reuse them, but if you fuck up, you might have to. Now, I don't have an adjustable wrench, a crescent wrench. What I do have are channel locks. Now, these things, there's a little ring underneath there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, a little black ring. You actually want to push that into the fitting and ideally pull the whole thing off. But you can see how much of a pain in the ass that is, not to mention they're going to be too long anyway. What's the point in keeping them? Instead, I'm just going to go right to the fitting with the cutters, cut it right off. Now, like I said before a little while earlier, I do not know which one's hot and cold, but everything's in white, so it doesn't really matter. These handles inside this shower box, if you were to take them out and show them up to the camera, there's a little tiny screw in there. You could just take the handle off and swap them. It's not like I really care to do that anyway. It does not matter to me. But later on I can switch it if I end up having it wrong. Whoa, come on, bitch. This will slide right into here. But you see what I'm going for, right? You can actually cut these down a little shorter, put them both on at the same time, crimp them, you're done. Just gonna ballpark it on one of them. And then what you wanna do is just kind of line up where they're gonna line up together. You want them to be even if they're gonna be on either side. That's about right. Cut them off. Now theoretically we can slide that box right on. Now, in one of my other videos, I went over that there's different types of PEX rings. The ones that we've been using are these little copper rings that are just compression rings that you have to use these big wide jaw things. Put it around the pipe, make it an 1/8 inch apart or so. I need to oil that. See how far you've got to spread these apart to even get the ring in. And you put it in here, and then you crimp the whole thing down. Now that one's ruined now that I've done that, so I gotta throw that one away. But that requires a whole lot of room, and I do not have that kind of room right here. You might be able to see it on camera, but there's that little tiny little bar going up and down it. That is the crimpers crimping it. So this is now technically just ever so slightly a smaller diameter. I don't know if it's very visible on camera, but this is an unused one. This is a used one. This one is just ever so slightly smaller now. The other option are pinch rings. Pinch rings are, they have a little bit of stainless steel inside. It's a little metal band essentially inside it, and these ones are designed so they clamp all the way around. Things like poly, they don't have those little clamps, or some people use hose clamps. These are meant for PEX. Now these, all you do is there's a little notch right at the top. You actually use a set of pinch crimpers to close them. So let's say this is on the pipe. You put the crimpers directly into there, crimp around it, and you see how small this package is? Let's say the ring is on the pipe, the crimpers are now on that little ear, and then all you do, crimp it shut, done. That's it. We're going to use those here because this takes up a lot less space. Just set it there for now. Ring onto the PEX, slide this up onto the fitting, just like that. Same thing on this side. Onto the fitting, just like that. Bring that up, and again, with the other ones we used, you want to have it about an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch away. 1/8 is better, 1/4 is doable. Take your ratcheting PEX crimpers, put it on there. Done. Now, we do the other one. Done. That's it. Now these things, I'm sure you heard it on camera, but it actually has a ratchet in it, and it won't let you release it until it's all the way closed. Otherwise, it'll just stay shut. That means you're not done, and it won't let them off either. So if it releases, it's done. So now both these valves are closed. We're going to turn our water back on, make sure it doesn't leak. Here's the cold. Neither one's leaking. And here's a little test I want to do. Now I've only got cold on, not hot. So we're going to figure out if these handles are right or not. They're right. I got hit in the face. Hot water. No leaks or nothing. The next step really would be to take your brackets, which I've put in another place. You take your brackets, put them in, and screw into the holes where the studs are. Now it's worth noting that this isn't really supposed to be done after the drywall's been up, but this is more of a renovation than it is an actual construction. I'm trying to save as much drywall as I possibly can. So instead, what I'll do is put them in, line up where the best spot's going to be, and just trim the rest off. And as you can see, I can move this a little bit back left and right. That's a little off center. I want to cut right there. Cut right there. And this plastic is thin enough that I should be able to not even cut through it, just score it and just break it. Just like that. See? I can just run a couple screws through there and it's done. We've got to do the other side too, and that is a bitch because it's going to be really tight. So what I'll do is actually measure it backwards. I'm going to want at least 3 of these exposed. So I will score it. Break it off just like that. And then theoretically, press this one in. Come on, cunt. And with the last one, again, I want 3. Fold it over, snap it off. Move the box over just a bit to get the bitch in there. Shove it up underneath all this old fucking drywall. On the stud. Same thing here. And there we are. And then theoretically, once I get this screwed in, it'll sit flush. Now the box isn't going to sit exactly level. I'm just going to try and get it close, but that's it. I'm not going to complete the rest of the steps right now because I don't have the material. But the next steps are, in this situation, take some screws, screw them directly into the studs so that it'll hold the whole thing in place. Then you're going to go get a piece of drywall, cut it to go around it, fit it with this centerpiece cut out, and then put the drywall up, mud around the corners, whatever you need to do on this end. And then you have the flashing piece on the front that will fit right in over the drywall. Then you just have this little snap ring that will fit in directly over where you put the drywall. That's it. This is the old toilet flange, which we've got to rebuild. I cut the old one out because, like I said, the flange is twisted the wrong fucking way. So I bought a new flange, new 45s, new everything, and we're just going to basically stub in a piece and make it look exactly the same. To get that, what we need to do is, first thing I'm going to do, just to get it out of the way, I'm going to get this out of the way, I'm going to glue the 45s together. These are 3-inch street 45s. Street 45s have a, same thing with street 90s, they have a insert on one side, and then they have a, it just is the same diameter as regular pipe on the other side, so that they can fit into other fittings. This makes it able, you can process any fucking angle you want. It's pretty convenient. And you can see that these ones just go straight into each other, so there's a little trick to make them straight. We're going to take our PVC glue and primer and go ahead and prime and glue this together. Now, it's worth noting, legally, on drain pipe, on sewage drain for houses, you're supposed to use purple primer and clear glue. I don't have that, and I'm not going out to buy it because it does the same thing as this. And not to mention, everything else was regular clear and blue before, so why change it? I'm not going to go out of my way to change it. Prime the inside of this. That primer is dirty as all get out. Prime the outside of this one. Go ahead and take your glue. You don't need a ton of this stuff, but you want an ample amount. Inside and outside. We'll stick them together, just like that, and push them against the table. And that way, they end up straight. That way, theoretically, this whole thing will slide right on. And so you can see, that's pretty much even. When are you getting primer on your desk? I think we've established I don't give a fuck about this desk. Next step is we need to know how much shit pipe we're going to be using. So we want the same length as what's in that. And then this whole thing, imagine this is a new one, slide onto the coupling, this will slide on, and this will slide onto what's in the floor. It's worth noting, this is not exactly straight, but it's good enough. Now for PVC up to about 1.25 inches, they make reams bigger, but for 3-inch, there's real no good reason to have a ream that big, so instead I'm going to use a little copper deburr and trim out the inside. Now this doesn't work as well for the outside, so instead I'm going to use a razor blade. A sewer pipe is completely unpressurized. Deburring is one of those things that I do just to be safe, but if you cut it with a Sawzall with a fine enough blade, you could probably be alright. Just take your hand and pull all the shavings off and you should be good to go. The next step is I kind of want to match what's here. So I'm going to go ahead and make these kith. Primer, take your glue, take this, put this, do that, and twist. Let it sit for a minute or two, probably fine. Line these up and pretty much just try and make a straight cut. Now you can take a measuring tape and measure how far it is from this edge to that edge, which happens to be right about 5 inches. But I work with PVC enough, and this is such a strange situation that I'm having to fix that I'm just going to line it up and it'll probably work out. So if I were to take this and go to about 5 inches, it'd probably be right about there. And if you look at my finger, at the very tip of my finger, it about lines up with this. I'll line up the ends of the 45s and then take my thumb and I'll take my saw, go ahead and make a little etch. That gives me my line to cut. This is no longer useful. You can get rid of it. You see, that is a nice straight cut. Same thing I did with the other end of it. Go ahead and take your reamer. Our coupling, which is all fucked up on the outside. These dudes really need to work on what the hell they're doing at the factory. Then this is pretty simple. Take your primer, glue, push, twist, we're done. We're going to let this sit for a few minutes, but this is pretty much our rebuild of our old flange. Now I haven't put the flange on yet, and there's a reason for that. Is the whole drain for this is actually sitting at an angle in the floor. So I'm going to put the flange on last, and that way I can line up my holes for that correctly. Alright, so now we're at the shit hole, if you will. Alright, I've got a headlamp on and the camera's running, so the lighting is going to be a little weird. You can see because there's trees and shit on the earth. A tree root has started to grow underneath this slab, this very tiny one. I cut it out of the way, but it's worth noting in 100, 150 years, the tree's going to win eventually. But I ain't got time for that bullshit right now, so instead we're just going to put a toilet here. If you watch some of the earlier videos, you can see this probably lines up right about right. I've still got to prime and glue that, but the way we're going to make this even is by using a Rebel. Just set your level right on top and glue it on, make it even, make it flush, and it's as simple as that. And right after that, we'll glue the flange on. Your primer, glue, slider on, take your level, and that is about level this way. Now the whole pipe is angled that way as a drain, so it's going to be just about what works. Now as far as my measurements go, the flange is going to end up in right about the same spot, but it's probably going to be just a little farther away from the main drain, which means it's going to be back toward the wall, maybe a fraction of an inch. It's probably going to be a little left fraction of an inch. So it's going to come this way just barely, which is no big deal as long as the toilet fits, whatever. Let that sit for a couple minutes. And then this is our flange. We are going to use these holes right here, these little slots, as our drain holes. So the flange is going to sit right about like that. Then when you put the toilet on, you slide the T-bolts in here, slide them over so they're sitting flush just like this, and then you're good to go. When these are lined up like this, you glue the whole thing on. Once I get the floor evened out and everything, you put the flooring in next to the flange. You put a wax ring on the flange, you put the toilet on the wax ring, you stick the bolts through here first, slide the toilet over through the bolts through the bolt holes, put the toilet onto the wax ring, press it down, take a couple of plastic nuts and just tighten them down best you can. Take your glue and primer, prime this on, glue, right on, and right about there's where you want it. You can see it's sitting at the right height. This is pretty much ready to go. Alright, so that's done. The pre-slope is done in the shower. I didn't record the second half of me doing that because I was getting a little pissed off with it. And the shower box is done. We still don't have a vanity, and I still need more parts to do this, and I don't have any drywall repair, mud, straps, anything. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. It's going on 5 o'clock. I might run out and get more parts. I might not. I don't know yet. I think what I'm going to focus on right now, just for the time being, for like the next half hour or so, is just trying to organize and clean this place up a little bit. Because it is, I've been throwing tools, material, everything everywhere. And it's just gotten to the point where it's hard for me to even get my foot in the door.